intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Wilson. And he finds Penny. And he is in to make it 16-0. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. From the 30 on second down, Murray. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. He's picked off at his own 46. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a short return to the 6-yard line. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Throwing on first down is Murray. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. To throw is Murray. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bobby Wagner able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Murray with a 3rd and long. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. They run it with Carson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. To throw is Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rodney Gunter able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Chandler Jones, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. That's caught by Penny. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Wilson. This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you
don't want to.
No, but and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. Penny will try to punch it in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson taking it in. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Throwing is Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's struggled. His team has struggled. You talk to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe it's time for him to put his mark on this game.
Agreed. And how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions, trying to turn it around. 7 yards there and a first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
The first down carry here for Johnson. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Murray is going to let this one go deep. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Russell Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were... ready.
And I think